Yugoslavia. This one was recent, a big diverse country in the Balkans made of Serbs, Croats, Bosnians, Slovenes and others. But diversity isn't always unity. Civil wars, ethnic conflict and power struggles tore it apart in the 1990s. Today, it's now 7 separate countries. Yugoslavia doesn't exist, but the drama it left behind still does. Prussia started as a kingdom in what's now Germany and Poland, grew so powerful it basically created Germany in the 1800s. Then, in 1947, after 2 world wars, it was officially erased. Why? Because it had too much military baggage. The Allies didn't want Prussia to ever rise again, so they wiped it from the map. Legally, now it's just a word in old history books. The USSR. Soviet Union. The ultimate superpower collapse. The Soviet Union controlled 15 countries, including Russia, Ukraine and the Baltics. It had nukes, spies and space programs. Then in 1991, it just fell apart. Economy crashing, government failing, people tired of it all. One day it existed, the next day, poof, gone. Russia got most of the leftovers. Gran Colombia. Imagine one big South American country made of Colombia, Ecuador, Panama and Venezuela. That was Gran Colombia. Created in 1819. Dead by 1831. Turns out, uniting countries with different cultures and goals doesn't work great. Internal fighting ripped it apart. Now it only lives on in Bolivarian speeches. Tibet. Yes. This used to be its own country, had its own language, government and leader, the Dalai Lama, but in 1950, China took over. They said Tibet was always part of China. The world didn't do much in Now, Tibet's autonomy is barely recognised. It still fights for freedom, but on paper, it no longer exists. East Germany and West Germany, 2 Germanys. One communist, one capitalist. Cold War split them after World War II. Then in 1990, after the Berlin Wall fell, they merged. East Germany officially disappeared. Now it's just Germany again, but the differences still echo even today. The Austro-Hungarian Empire, 2 empires, 1 royal family. Austria and Hungary teamed up in 1867. They ruled over dozens of ethnic groups, Czechs, Slovaks, Croats, Serbs and more. Then came World War I. They lost badly. By 1918, the empire shattered. Pieces became new countries. Austria and Hungary still exist, but the empire is gone for good. Czechoslovakia peacefully formed. Peacefully split. This country united Czech and Slovak people. It lasted through communism and independence. Then in 1993, they just decided to break up. No war, no fighting, just 2 countries now, the Czech Republic and Slovakia. Divorce, but polite. The Confederate States of America, yep, a country that existed inside another country. During the US Civil War, the southern states broke away and formed their own nation. The Confederacy. They lasted 4 years, printed their own money, and fought a brutal war. Then they lost and were pulled back into the United States. Sikkim, a small Himalayan kingdom near India. It existed for centuries, had its own monarchy, and was technically independent, but with strong ties to India. In 1975, India held a vote in Sikkim, and surprise, they voted to join India. Now it's just another Indian state. The country is no more. The Kingdom of Hawaii. Yes, Hawaii used to be a kingdom ruled by its own royal family, but American businessmen and military forces overthrew the Queen in 1893. By 1898, it was annexed by the US. Today, it's the 50th state. But it was once a proud island nation. North Yemen and South Yemen. There were once 2 Yemens, north and south. They had different governments, different foreign backers, and a lot of tension. In 1990, they merged into one Yemen. Then came civil war, unrest, and collapse. Technically, it's still one country, but functionally, it's barely holding together. The Republic of Texas. From 1836 to 1845, Texas was its own country. After breaking away from Mexico, it had a president, an army, even its own money. Then the US offered statehood. Texas joined in 1845. Now it's a US state, but some still talk about independence. United Arab Republic. This was a short-lived attempt to merge Egypt and Syria into one country in 1958. They called it the United Arab Republic, but it only lasted 3 years. Syria left in 1961. Egypt kept the name for a while, pretending the union still existed, but it didn't. Rhodesia. This one became Zimbabwe. Rhodesia was run by a white minority government that refused to give power to the black majority. The world refused to recognize it. Pressure and rebellion followed. In 1980, it finally became Zimbabwe, with new leadership and a new name. Biafra, a breakaway state from Nigeria in the 1960s. They tried to become their own country, but Nigeria said no, and a brutal civil war followed. By 1970, Biafra was crushed, over 1 million people died, and the dream of independence vanished. New Granada before Colombia was Colombia, it was New Granada. It also included Panama and parts of Ecuador. It kept changing names. New Granada, Granadine Confederation, United States of Colombia, before finally becoming the Republic of Colombia. So, yeah, Colombia had an identity crisis. The Republic of Venice. Yes, Venice, the floating city, was once its own country. For over 1,000 years, Venice ruled trade in the Mediterranean. Then Napoleon showed up in 1797 and ended it in days. Now it's just part of Italy, but the old glory still lingers in the architecture, the Kingdom of Sardinia. Before Italy was Italy, Sardinia was a key kingdom that helped unify the country, but once Italy became one, Sardinia gave up its identity to become part of the whole. Now it's just a big island in modern Italy. We're not a kingdom anymore. The Holy Roman Empire, not holy, not Roman, and barely an empire. This mess of kingdoms and states lasted for 1,000 years, mostly in Central Europe. It finally ended in 1806 when Napoleon crushed it. Also, if you like this video, please like and subscribe.